So we got another little vlog, little cooking thing. I wasn't gonna record this, but this is like one of the most basic things that I make all the time. Last time I did my grocery store haul, there were comments in that one saying, you know, like, how do you switch up the way that you cook things? Honestly, the only thing that I really change are seasonings. So I have here, there's more food than this that you'll see in the end of the video, but I have here this chicken that is chicken thighs, boneless, skinless. I have some roasted broccoli and then some cauliflower fried rice. I say that in quotes because it's not really fried. I don't really use like oil. I do use spray, which is kind of like oil, but not too much. It's super easy to make. It probably takes about 30 minutes if you prep it beforehand. And that's really only because of the chicken, but actual cooking time where you're sitting there doing something, 10 minutes. The other thing in the air fryer, you're only just letting it go. So you don't have to worry about that. So let me take you through the process of what we do. The broccoli, I didn't record much footage of this, but this is just steam fresh frozen broccoli you saw in that same video. Everything you see here is from that video. So the steam fresh, all I do is I cook it. I actually steam it before I put it in the air fryer. Once you steam it, you're gonna take it out, put it in whatever tray you're gonna use, salt and pepper, and I just throw it in there. Nothing too fancy with that. I put it in for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and it should come out, just grab one of these, with like some little char on it right there. So that's all I'm looking for with that. Again, it's nothing too crazy or fancy. And then you have the chicken, which I have this jerk seasoning or jerk rub that I use. Just a couple of teaspoons of that in a plastic bag. There's 20 ounces total for the day. So I put that in there. I did that last night. And then I just put that in there and left it in there so I can cook it. You can do it right as is, but it always tastes a little bit better when you let it marinate. You don't have to let it marinate, but to me, it's just better if you do. For the chicken, I put it in that air fryer for 375 for 30 minutes, and that's it. I don't turn it over or do anything. So from here, I will show you, I did film the rest of this. The rice and just plating the chicken, I did film, so you can take a look at that right now. All right, let's take these out. There we go. Got my tongs out. And I'll just let these chill out right here until I finish this rice up. All right, I use a little bit of avocado oil spray. Don't use too much of this. You're just trying to get the pan so that nothing sticks to it. You can use whatever spray you want to or not use spray at all. That's completely up to you. But I got the Walmart, or this isn't even Walmart. I got that Amazon Fresh, the cauliflower rice that I bought in my other snack haul, or my grocery food haul. I'm so used to saying snack haul, but you just gonna wanna get this hot. Now this is the key. Don't do anything. Just let it sit there. Cauliflower rice, when you take it out, it's very wet. And I don't personally like that, but if you want it to be more of like a rice texture, you've got to let this cook for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'll add my seasoning once all that's said and done. I don't want to add my seasoning here because a lot of this is going to evaporate out. But seasoning's not going to be anything too crazy. This time I'm using a little bit of this sazon. I just like the color and the flavor on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this for 5 minutes. Come back in another 5, season it up, and then I'll start cooking it more. Also, I like to use a wok because woks heat up really fast, and I can also spread this out so it cooks faster. I just spread it out thin, like across the sides right here. When you use a pan, it's not gonna heat up as quickly as a wok does. When you fry rice, that's why they use woks a lot. So again, I got about 4 more minutes. Let this chill out. All right, it's been like 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna take this. Salt won't kill you. You'll be all right. Once that's on there, you're just going, it should, and you're not gonna be able to see this because my camera's too damn far. I'm not trying to burn the camera, but there's little like char marks on this somewhat. This isn't gonna take long to cook. Sometimes I use like 2 bags and it takes mad long to cook. So you can see it starting to come together with the color. Now, if you wanna add more to this, you can make it more sazon friendly. Got my little paper towel over here, but yeah, I'll be chefing. No, I'm just playing. But so there you go. Now we got one more thing to add to this, and that are the mixed vegetables. Same thing that came from the grocery store haul. Now what I usually do is I track this whole bag every 2 days because I eat the whole bag. So I don't measure this because I just use the whole bag in 2 days. But I'm gonna use some till, you know, I feel good about it. About there. And then I'll tie this off, Ziploc this, and put this back in the oven. Now you probably think I'm crazy because I'm putting this in frozen, but they're already cooked and they cook pretty fast. So when you steam these, they actually will cook down too much to their wilted. I like them to still have a little bit of texture. So that's pretty much it. This is gonna take probably another 2 or 3 minutes just to unthaw these vegetables. Again, you can steam the vegetables if you want to, but they're already cooked. You don't really need to. But that's the finished product, man. So we'll let this chill out for 2 minutes and we'll plate everything up. Really simple. All right, so we got our little bowl here. I'll eat 2 of these before the night is over. So we'll just go in for couple of those scoops. And this will be the rest that I'll have on another thing later on. Add that broccoli that we just used in the roaster, just roast it up real quick. So there it is, all plated up. Like, it's super simple. Again, it's not anything too fancy. I'm not trying to make 5-course meals. This is more just if I want something that's quick and tastes good. This is one of the staples that I will have at night. And I don't know, I've been eating this for years. I really like it. But let me show you some of the stuff right here. So there's some of that jerk rubbed chicken. Somehow I always end up eating, right? Right, I'm doing all this stuff. I always get back to eating, but I love the little charred pieces on here. And the funny part is, I like this as much as I like eating the food you see on the main channel. Like, this to me is really damn good. But I'll go back in, show you some rice, grab some chicken with the rice. Again, this isn't actually rice, it's cauliflower rice, so. That's it. Super simple. And you get a piece of that broccoli. A little char on it. Again, nothing fancy. Just solid whole foods that I personally think tastes really good. The biggest advice when it comes to stuff like this, again, some of y'all might be, but I'm gonna guess most of us, myself included, are not bodybuilders. So I'm not necessarily worried about taking all the sodium out or sauces or things like that. I use low calorie sauces when I do make meals like that. I'll do another video when I use sauces, but for this I don't. And find different seasonings and sauce blends that you like. Some of the sauce brands I like, Sweet Baby Ray's, if you're using like no sugar added barbecue. G. Hughes makes some good stuff. Those are probably the main two that I use a lot. I also eat a lot of different kinds of mustard. I have like 3 or 4 different kinds of mustard because they're really low calorie for condiments. Some sugar-free ketchup every once in a while if I eat egg whites. And that's about it. Just don't overthink it. Find seasoning, find sauces that you like. Try to find lower calorie sauces. Good rule of thumb, for super low calorie, for a tablespoon, you want it under 30. Or if you have a little more leeway, try to keep it like 60. If you're gonna use any that are super high, like mayonnaises, ranches, or something like that, just make sure that you're really taking into account how much you do use. Because, for example, that whole bag of cauliflower rice is 80 calories. You use a serving of ranch, it's like $1.20. So at that point, you get the idea. But I just try to fill up on decent whole foods. Normally with this, I will actually eat this while I'm editing. But since I'm making a video to edit, once I'm done recording this, I'll do the same thing. I'll just have it next to me and I'll kind of pick at it while I'm like editing in the middle of it. As far as drinks, this is my soda stream again. This is Diet Dr. Pete this time. I have one of these in my office or at my studio and at home. I'll have one like this, and then for the rest of the night, it's without anything else in it. It's just carbonated water, which I just like a little bit more, but that's pretty much it, man. I don't do anything too fancy, but I figured people might want to see this stuff. And about halfway through, I wasn't recording, and I was like, you know what? Let me just like record this, but this is like a literal basic steak meal. This isn't like I'm trying to do this for content. This is genuinely what I eat all the time. But I hope you guys enjoyed, man. If you want to see something specific, drop me in the comments. But sorry for chewing all through. I know I'm wearing a mic. That's all I got.